In this video, we will be discussing the anatomy of the male Extatosoma tiaratum in full detail via dissection and microscopic photographs. Due to how small the male Extatosoma tiaratum is compared to the female, we will only discuss the features that can be seen easily in the male stick insect. Because of this, the female internal anatomy video will be a more thorough video about the overall internal anatomy. So let's briefly go over all of the structures. Starting from the head, the internal anatomy of the male giant prickly stick insect consists of a brain, which is separated into 3 lobes. Moving down into the thorax, we have many tracheas and tracheoles, which carry oxygen around the body. The thorax is where the digestive system also starts, and it is separated into 3 parts: the foregut, the midgut, and the hindgut. Moving further down to the end of the abdomen is the Malpighian tubes, the rectum and genitalia. Now let's get into further detail, starting with the head. To view the stick insect's brain, one must carefully cut open the exoskeleton where the simple eyes and antennae sit. The stick insect's brain consists of 3 lobes: the protocerebrum, the jutocerebrum, and the tritocerebrum. These lobes are made up of clusters of fused neurons called ganglia, and they process information. Each lobe controls different activities or functions. The protocerebrum is connected to the compound and simple eyes, and it also contains 2 mushroom bodies. These mushroom bodies are prominent structures made up of densely packed neurons called Kenyan cells, and they are used for olfactory learning and memory. These mushroom bodies share a resemblance to mushrooms, hence their name. Each mushroom body has 3 regions: the calyces, the peduncle, and the alpha and beta lobes. The calyces serve as the input areas where external stimuli are received. The peduncle is the transfer region, and the alpha and beta lobes are the output region. The middle brain lobe, which is the jutocerebrum, supplies the antennae with nerves. Through neural impulses from the antennae, the insect may collect tactile sensations and environmental information such as temperature and humidity. The third lobe, which is the tritocerebrum, performs several functions. It connects to the labrum, which is the insect's upper lip, and integrates sensory information from the other 2 lobes. The tritocerebrum also connects the brain to the stomatoum nervous system, which is a nervous system that innervates the pharynx and muscles associated with swallowing. Although the stomatoum nervous system is connected to the insect's brain, it does not need the brain to function and work separately. Overall, the insect's brain controls only a small amount of function for an insect to live. The stomatoum nervous system and other ganglia can control most body functions independent of the brain. Various ganglia throughout the whole body are connected to the ventral nerve cord and control most of the overt behaviors we observe in insects. Thoracic ganglia control the movement of the legs and wings, and the abdominal ganglia control reproduction and other functions of the abdomen. The subesophageal ganglia, just below the brain, controls the mouth parts, salivary glands, and movements of the neck, all without the need of the brain. Now let's move on to the thorax. To observe the internal anatomy of the thorax and abdomen, carefully cut the lateral sides of the insect from the prothorax all the way down to the anus, and then carefully peel away the ventral body. The foregut consists of the crop, which is an expandable transparent pouch that fills up with green shredded leaves that the insect eats. This finishes up the thorax, which means we can now move on to the abdomen. The midgut is located in the middle of the digestive system. Leaf matter in this part of the digestive system is much smaller and brown in colour due to oxidation. The hindgut starts within the 4th or 5th abdominal segments, which is marked by the Malpighium tubules. These tubes are used for excretion of nutrients and waste. At the very end of the hindgut lays the rectum and reproductive system. The rectum is where all the plant material that has been digested gets pushed out as long oval-like feces. The spermatophores are produced in the genitalia region, which are transferred to the female during copulation to fertilize her eggs.